Hi everyone, and welcome back. I know it's been a very long time since my last upload, but better late than never, so let's get started. Today, I'm going to show you 4 new original Fakemon, and their evolutions of course. All of these are commissions done to me through Instagram, so if you like what you see, just know that you can also get one. Just DM me and we can discuss the details. For those of you who don't have money to pay for a commission, don't worry, because I will be taking one free request from the comment section. I'll pin a comment explaining the details and choose one of your requests through there. Still not sure if it should be random, or if I should just choose what concept I'll enjoy more. Let me know what you think. So enough about that. The first Pokemon I will be showing you is this one. The request was pretty simple, a 2-stage ground and fairy type Pokemon. Normally, people already have a specific idea that they want to see come to life, but in this case, they gave me a lot of freedom to think of a concept that I like. So I went with a garden gnome that has a drill on its head. Meet Tunnelf. This ground and fairy type Pokemon digs tunnels by spinning its body with its floating hands at great speeds, turning itself into a drill that can smash through hard rocks. It does this in order to find gemstones, which it eats in order to toughen its body and evolve. As for the evolution, the obvious direction was to give it a beard, clearly inspired by the dwarves from Snow White. I know most people don't like very humanoid Pokemon, I don't usually design them very often, but it's nice to change things from time to time. Personally, I think it ended up being quite a fun design, so I hope to hear your opinions about it in the comment section, even if you don't like it. All feedback is welcome. Meet Beardig, the evolution of Tunnelf, and also a ground and fairy type Pokemon. When evolving, its hands become much bigger and stronger, allowing it to dig tunnels faster. It also grows an enormous beard that allows it to store its gems for a later snack. It's a very popular Pokemon among trainers who seek riches because of its ability to find valuable gems. However, if you get too greedy, Beardig might think that it's not getting enough of a cut and abandon its trainer. This next one had a more clear concept, but they still accepted some feedback to expand on the idea, which I really feel like makes the design stand out. The idea for this first stage was very simple, a bear that's covered in honey. Honestly, quite an easy concept to work with, not much I can really add to it. I hope you like it. Meet Mellybear, the honey trap Pokemon and a normal type. This Pokemon is very weak and slow. Because of this, it hunts by covering its body in honey to track small bugs that get stuck to it. However, this sometimes gets it into trouble, as wild Vespiquens will chase it down for stealing its honey. As for the evolution, the client wanted it to stay as the same bear, however, it was swarmed by bugs that make it look bigger. I suggested to also add body parts of existing Pokemon, as if it hunted them down and upgraded its body. The client liked this idea, so we went along with it. Meet Bearzebub, the swarm Pokemon. This normal and bug type Pokemon uses the honey it stole in order to track bug type Pokemon and attack them. It would start with weaker Pokemon and steal a body part that it would stick to its body in order to upgrade itself and become more powerful. Then it would slowly go towards more powerful Pokemon. If this Pokemon is left unchecked, it can become too powerful and a danger to all Pokemon in the forest. I hope you like this one, and I hope to hear some feedback on its design. The concept for the next order was to create a jellyfish inspired by Japanese anime idols. So one of the main elements of the design that I tried to implement are the frills in an idol's dress, but what really stands out is obviously its massive head. I made it look like one of those spheres that shoot different coloured lights in all directions that are used in concerts. Honestly, I have no idea what it's called. Do you know? And lastly, I made its tentacle glow as if they were glowing sticks. Meet Jelluminous, the idol Pokemon. This water and electric type Pokemon likes to live at the bottom of the ocean because of how dark it is, as it allows it to flash its lights in a more spectacular way. This attracts all kinds of simple-minded fish Pokemon who seem to enjoy the flashy lights. However, this distraction caused by an innocent Jelluminous allows hunters to easily eat the distracted fish, ending its concert abruptly. And we are on the final design of the day. This client was very specific with what they wanted, a 2-stage Fakemon based on a wind-up toy with soldier and jester elements. For the first stage, I gave it a more basic soldier look, but still had some jester elements like the mask on its back. This however made its pose a little complicated, so I had to draw it from behind and have it look backwards in order to have that important element of the design visible. Meet Jestlock, the toy soldier Pokemon. This steel and fighting type Pokemon uses its ki as a weapon, however it needs to be very careful, because if it doesn't put it back on its back to spin it from time to time, it will be unable to move until someone else does it. In the worst case scenario, it would stay immobile for years, rusting to no end. For the evolution, the client wanted to have a sleek design, inspired by both Bishop and Cerulege, but still being its own unique thing. While designing it, I received some feedback on making its legs to look less humanoid, as I added boot-like feet, so I went with some pointy legs instead, giving it a more unique look. Meet Arsival, the mocking night Pokémon. This steel and fighting type Pokémon likes to duel with other Pokémon. While it does fight fair, it will always do it in a mocking way, trying to get into the head of its foe and use their rage against themselves. And that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching until the end, and don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, and most importantly, comment what Pokemon you would like me to design next down below. See you in the next one.